Some of what you are carrying today was never actually yours. It was placed in your hands before you were old enough to question it. The way your family handles conflict, the beliefs they hold about money, love, and worth, the silences that were never broken, the pain that was never named, the patterns that repeated across generations because nobody knew how to stop them. You inherited all of it, not by choice, by proximity. And today we are going to talk about how to heal from what was handed to you without losing love for the people who handed it. Welcome to She Is Her. This is a space where we talk about identity, healing, and the journey of becoming the woman God created you to be. And today we are going somewhere that requires both courage and compassion. For a long time, I carried things I didn't realize had been passed on to me. Patterns I thought were mine, responses I thought were personality, until I traced them back and found they did not start with me. That is what today is about. Healing generational wounds is not a betrayal of your family. It is the most loving thing you can do for them, because when you heal what they could not, you change what gets passed forward. You become the woman in your lineage who decided this stops here. Not with bitterness, with intention, with love. Generational wounds are not necessarily curses. They are not mystical. They are deeply human. They are patterns of pain, belief, and behavior that travel through family lines because they were never healed at the source. They look like a grandmother who never spoke about her grief, raising a mother who never learned to process emotion, raising a daughter who does not know how to name what she feels. They look like a family where love was expressed through provision, but never through words. And every child in that family grew up knowing they were cared for, but never quite sure they were cherished. They look like financial anxiety that was born in scarcity and passed down as a way of seeing the world long after the scarcity ended. Generational wounds are not intentional. The people who passed them to you were not setting out to hurt you. They were doing what they knew, giving what they had, living from what they were never healed from. Understanding that does not excuse the impact, but it changes the way you carry it. So, generational wounds travel in three ways. Way number one, modeling. Children learn what they see, not what they are told, what they witness daily in the bodies and behaviors of the people who raised them. A child who watches her mother consistently put herself last does not receive a lesson in selflessness. She receives a lesson in what women do with their needs. A child who watches her father handle stress with silence or anger does not receive a lesson in strength. She receives a lesson in what pain looks like when it has nowhere to go. Way number two, silence. What is never spoken in a family does not disappear. It goes underground. The grief that was never named, the trauma that was never acknowledged, the abuse that was covered in the interest of keeping peace, children absorb the energy of what is unspoken. Even when they do not have the language for it, they feel the weight of what no one will say. And they carry it into their own lives as a shapeless heaviness they spend years trying to explain. Way number 3, direct transmission. And sometimes wounds are passed directly through words spoken over a child, through how she was treated, through what she was told she was worth, through what she was told she could or could not become. Those words land in a developing identity like seeds, and they grow unless someone tends to them with truth. This is where many women get stuck, because healing from generational wounds can feel like a betrayal. Like you're saying, my family was broken, like you're exposing people who love you, like you are choosing yourself over your loyalty. But that is not what healing requires. You can love your family deeply and still choose not to carry what they were never able to heal. You can honor your parents and still decide that certain patterns will not travel into your next generation. You can hold compassion for what they went through and still refuse to be defined by it. Honoring your family does not mean perpetuating their pain. It means receiving the love they gave and healing what the love could not reach. It looks like choosing to name what your family never named, not to expose them, but to free yourself from the weight of the unspoken. It looks like breaking patterns, not with resentment towards those who lived them, but with intention towards those who come after you. It looks like grieving what your family could not give you, without making them villains for not having it to give. Because most people give what they receive, and healing is choosing to give what you never received. Being the woman who breaks a generational cycle is one of the most significant things a person can do in a lifetime. It is largely invisible. It rarely gets celebrated, and it is profoundly costly, but it changes everything for everyone who comes after you. So, how to begin the journey? First, you have to name what you inherited, not to assign blame, to locate the wound. What belief did your family hold that you absorbed without choosing? What patterns keeps appearing in your life that you recognize from the generation before you? Name it, because you cannot interrupt a cycle you have not yet seen clearly. Allow yourself to grieve the things your family could not offer, the words that were never said, the safety that was not always there, the version of childhood or love or family that you needed and did not fully receive. Grieve it honestly, because unexpressed grief becomes inherited bitterness, and you're breaking cycles, not creating new ones. Breaking a generational cycle is not a single dramatic decision. It is a daily choosing. Choose to speak what your family silenced. Choose to feel what your family suppressed. Choosing to parent, relate, and lead from the healed version of yourself, not the wounded one. Every day you choose differently. The cycle weakens. And what you pass forward is no longer what was passed to you. God does not hold you responsible for what was handed to you, but He does invite you to be the one who hands something different forward. That invitation is not a burden, it is an honor. Before we close, one honest question. What is one pattern, belief, or wound that you recognize in yourself that did not start with you? Name it. Not with shame, with clarity. Because naming it is the first act of choosing not to pass it forward. The work of healing generational wounds is some of the quietest, most significant work a woman can do. Nobody may applaud it, nobody may even see it, but the children who come after you will feel it. The relationships you build will carry it. The woman you become, because of it, will change every room she enters. You are not just healing for yourself, you are healing for everyone who will ever be touched by your life. She is her, and she breaks what was never hers to carry. So please do subscribe so you don't miss what is coming next in the series. Please do leave a comment below. Tell me, what is the one thing you are determined not to pass to the next generation? Even one word. Name it here. I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned and thank you for watching. God bless.